the B-2 Spirit, America's $2 billion stealth ghost, of which only 21 were ever built. This tailless aircraft can take off from its homeland in the United States, completely invisible to any radar, fly thousands of kilometers, drop multi-ton bombs precisely on target, and return home without anyone even noticing its presence. It was a true revolution in the design and technology of stealth aircraft.
We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon.
The story of the B-2 began during the Cold War era. In the 1970s, the Soviet Union was building highly advanced layered air defense systems. The S-200 and S-300 systems caused serious concern among the Americans, because with their deployment, previous U.S. bombers like the B-1 and B-52 could no longer penetrate deep into Soviet territory without suffering heavy losses. In the mid-1970s, the U.S. made remarkable progress in understanding radar invisibility. Initial tests showed that with specific shapes, such as curved or angled surfaces, and special coatings, the radar cross-section, RCS, could be dramatically reduced. The Lockheed Half Blue project, which later led to the F-117 Nighthawk, began in 1975. Its first test flight in 1977 proved that radar evasion was possible. Jimmy Carter came to power in 1977 with promises to cut military spending. One of his first actions was to cancel the B-1A production line for two main reasons: the B-1's high costs relative to its performance and its numerous technical flaws, and a shift in focus toward radar-evading aircraft. At the same time, he launched the Advanced Technology Bomber Project, which ultimately resulted in the B-2. The project remained highly classified until Ronald Reagan accused Carter of weakness during his 1980 presidential campaign. In response, on August 22, 1980, Carter publicly revealed in his defense that the U.S. Department of Defense was working on stealth aircraft. After winning the election, Reagan adopted a two-bomber approach. He revived the B-1, since the B-2 was not yet ready and faced delays, while continuing the ATB project. In November 1981, Northrop, later Northrop Grumman, won the competition against Lockheed, and their design was selected. Finally, on November 22, 1988, the B-2 Spirit was unveiled, and it made its first flight on July 17, 1989. The most important feature of the B-2 is its flying wing design. It has no separate fuselage or tail. All components, from engines and fuel tanks to weapons, are integrated into a massive 52-meter wide wing, roughly half the length of a football field, while the aircraft's length is only 21 meters and its height 5.2 meters. The primary goal of this design is to minimize the radar cross-section, making the aircraft nearly invisible to enemy radars. Several techniques were used to achieve this. First, the aircraft's shape is entirely curved with no sharp angles, so radar waves scatter instead of reflecting back to the source. The wing edges are also sharply designed to enhance wave dispersion. Second, the entire body is made of advanced composite materials and coated with radar-absorbent layers that absorb much of the radar energy. Third, the engines are fully buried inside the body, with no visible exhaust plumes from outside. Technically, the B-2 is flown by a crew of 2, 1 pilot and 1 weapons systems officer. Its empty weight is 72 tons, with a maximum takeoff weight of 152 tons. The aircraft's engines are 4 General Electric F118G E100 turbofan engines without afterburner that propel it to speeds of nearly 1,000 kilometers per hour. And its flight ceiling is 15,240 meters, and its non-refueling range is about 11,100 kilometers, which is practically unlimited with multiple aerial refuelings. Its internal weapons capacity exceeds 18 tons and 2 bomb bays, allowing it to carry a mix of precision-guided bombs, 2,000-pound bombs, cruise missiles, nuclear bombs, and most importantly, the massive GBU-57 bunker buster bomb weighing 13,600 kilograms. The B-2's first combat operation was during the Kosovo War against Serbia in 1999, when B-2s flew directly from Missouri to Serbia, destroying over 33% of Serbian targets in the first 8 weeks. But the largest operation in the B-2's history took place in 2025. Operation Midnight Hammer was one of the largest and most complex air operations in U.S. history, executed on June 22, 2025. This operation, which was carried out within the framework of the Iran-Israel conflict and in response to threats from Iran's nuclear program, had the main goal of inflicting severe damage on 3 key Iranian nuclear facilities: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan.
In the middle of the night from Friday to Saturday, local time, 7 B-2s took off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. The aircraft performed multiple aerial refuelings en route. After about 18 hours of flight, they approached Iranian airspace, then, supported by escort fighters like F-35s and F-22s, entered Iranian airspace. The main strikes occurred between approximately 2 and 3 a.m. Iran time, when 14 GBU-57 bombs were dropped on the Fordo and Natanz facilities, while Tomahawk missiles launched from a submarine struck Isfahan. Finally, after a continuous 37-hour flight without landing, the bombers returned to Whiteman in the afternoon of Sunday, June 22, 2025. The entire operation was completed without any damage to the B-2s or successful enemy air defense fire against them, demonstrating the exceptional stealth and penetration capabilities of the aircraft. In the end, the B-2 Spirit is not just an airplane. It's a symbol of the pinnacle of military engineering and stealth technology. More than 3 decades after entering service, it remains one of the deadliest and most mysterious aerial weapons in the world. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. Be sure to like and subscribe, and drop a comment. In your opinion, until what year will the B-2 remain the king of the skies?